Muy buenas a todos y bienvenidos a Phoenix Wright Ep.13 Trilogy. Hoy estamos en el episodio número 4, día 2 del juicio. A ver cómo empieza este primer juicio, a ver cómo empezamos a ver las cosas, a ver cómo nos vamos dirigiendo hacia la verdad. ¿Vale? Hace unas cuantas orillas desde que jugué el inicio del episodio 4, ¿vale? Estamos ahora de la serie en el episodio número 12, si no me equivoco. Así que ya veremos a ver cómo consigo resolverlo todo.
December 26, 9:44 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby. Number 2.
Oh, Karma? That's right. Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor here there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. Jope, he is a god of prosecution. Right, a god. Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. Joder. So was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty. What a creep. Oh wait, maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me, times 20. That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia... Maya? Uh-huh. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh. I can't. Sorry, I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what a bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. Ya vendrá en un momento clutch, Mia. What are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. El Von Karma si es quien creo que es para mí un enemigo chungo.
December 26, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
¿Quién es este? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Karma. Mr. Von Karma? Is the prosecution ready? Fool. No tengo ni idea de quién es. You seriously think that I would stand here were I not completely prepared? Right, my apologies. He's even got the judge scared. Very well, your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence, a decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course, that should be fine. This prosecution may call its first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Gumshoe, mi hermano. Venga, va. Hay que defender a nuestro padre, bro. Describe the incident now. Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map. Cuidado, Esto es very important, Very important. The murder happened late Christmas Eve, around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. He went towards the boat rental shop. Vale, ya tenemos el mapa. Venga, testify to the court about the arrest. Now. Wait, Mr. Von Karma. Yes? Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings. Bethune! A lo Edgeworth, madre mía, que es el abuelo. Si Edgeworth es mi puto padre, que en verdad tenemos la misma edad, pero si fuera mi padre. Este es el abuelo. Wrong. There is only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gable and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course, you're quite right. No, he's not. A ver, the rest of Edgeworth. Shalo, focus, pero focus a muerte, que esto es para Edgeworth. Esto no es ninguna broma. Esto es en serio. A man called in to the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all, but the next morning a body was found in the lake, so we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. I see, very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney. Now. El juez está aquí que no tiene nada que hacer. Vale, voy a presionar en un par de sitios que yo creo que pueden ser interesantes. A man called into the station. ¿Quién fue? You received a call from a man? Yep. But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right? Hostia, objection. That woman and the man who called in the report are 2 different people, obviously. Different people? There were 2 witnesses. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today I've summoned the woman who was camping. The one who was camping, Lotta Hart. What happened next, detective? Vale. In the crime as fast as we could. Vale, está bien. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. But didn't you think he was suspicious? You should know. We have a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors. Detective, the court is interested in your musings. Deep, trusting poppycock. I've never heard so many flippant comments from an active detective on the force. Detective Gunshot doesn't look so good. Continue, now. Vale, voy a hacer estos dos solo por ver cómo es el pavo. Cómo reacciona. How long has it been? Was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake? Well, I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto for the month is get there quick. Objection. Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets. Yes, sir, sorry. I look forward to your next year's salary review. So much to look forward to these days. This is no time for dejected daydreaming. Continue. Yes, sir. Madre mía, este tío es Drácula pero malo. That's where we found Edgeworth. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then? Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts. Yes, sir. Man, he's got his share of objections. But the next morning a body was found on the lake. Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. Ooh, he was shot through the heart, fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. I didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well. The court accepts this bullet into evidence. Found in the victim's body, fired from a .22 caliber pistol. Cuidado, Cuidado a ver que tenía Edgeworth en la mano. Nick, doesn't it seem like that he's being a little bad? I bet one crime is feeding him lines. His testimony probably filled with landmines just waiting for me to press. What do we do? Grit our teeth and press, I guess. What else can we do? Well said, Nick. You're the man. Que quería presionarle al final. We had to arrest him. ¿Cómo? Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon? A pistol, Detective Kamshu? That is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right, so sorry, Your Honor. Ahí le vamos a pillar que flipas. The murder weapon we found on the boat was decisive evidence. Boom! What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clean prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. What? Al ver al flashback, Edgeworth no tenía la pistola en la mano izquierda. ¿Puede ser o estoy flipando? What? Order, order! So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? What? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. The murder weapon, .22 caliber, fired 3 times. Bears prints from Edgeworth's right hand. Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Pero ha sido que se disparó 3 veces y sonaron 2. Detective? Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey Nick, what does he mean, ballistic markings? Shocking to imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Nick, he's glaring at me. Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Huh? Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Veo una contradicción aquí, ¿eh? Oh, order, order! This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge, well, I'd say it's almost as if he, yeah. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However... Ya no sé qué pasa a la cámara, que hoy se me ve un poco como... Está animado así, con más luz. Venga, yo lo he intentado. You still care about the witnesses speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge? Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess? Now? But wait, I... Just bang your filmsy gavel and get on with it, man. Yes. This court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court, anyway? Jope, este pavo. December 26, 11:09 AM. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot the man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. Then who did it? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Alguien ta fremeado, tío. Padre, ya verás. How am I going to convince anyone of that? Say, Maya. Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh, sorry, it's no good. I know. I'm not good for anything, am I, Nick? Hombre, a veces fallas un poco, pero bueno. If I can't call my sister, it might as well not be here, right? No, I need you here. No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out. Really? Whoa, right? Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh, so sorry. Whoops. No puedes decir eso delante del TT Edgeworth, hombre. Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness. Yes. Will Mrs. Lothar take the stand? Hombre, nuestra amiga. Lothar, you are a research student at the university. That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident, and don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand? You'll need to learn some manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand. Very well, your testimony, please. Joder. No me mola este pavo, eh. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Mano izquierda, then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Vale, hay que presionar. Bien, eh? Enough. Huh? Judge? She happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo, accept it as evidence. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. El pum este es de una mano izquierda, no de una mano derecha. Ha dicho antes que era 2 tiros, no 1. A ver. I will remove people from this court if I do not have order immediately. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake, so the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. Order, order, order! I will have order! Well, Judge, the evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Well, this court finds the defendant. Objection completed. Wait, Your Honor, I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. A cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court. Contempt? Contempt of court, you know? I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts of her testimony? Yo creo que sí. I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. Hay que presionar a muerte, gente. Ahora presionar, venga. Just at the midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Huh? Yeah, well, I guess. Objection. I know you want to find contradictions, but really? I hope your explanation is a little bit more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony. I was in my car. Fine. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Press farther, venga. Mrs. Ha, could you be more specific about your research? Objection. What does the witness' motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Wait, now I'm the one who says that? Well, then say it already. Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. Vaya prank. Like this bang come up from the lake. 1, 2 o 3. So you weren't looking at the lake at that time? Nope. I looked after I heard that noise. Objection. She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisure chat with the witness. When I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in the boat. Could you clearly see the 2 men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? No. Wait a second, I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the 2 men. Yeah, well, of course. The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. And there was another bang. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless question. Meaningless! Contradiction, Mr. Wright, not meaninglessly babble. On Karma, I think I hate you. You're trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? There was an area thing on the lake but the boat. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as country all can be. That sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake? It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Mrs. Hart, you... Joder, Mr. Wright. The witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. That's what I am. Sustained! Yes, of course. Oh, great. Enough! I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you're unable to find a condition in the testimony worth nothing. But, Your Honor... You keep your promise, Mr. Wright. I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Nick? Daughter's testimony is fishy. Nick, real fishy. I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do? Show proof. I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Then, pass your judgment. Very well. Miles, Mr. Miles, please take the stand. Hold it! Who was that? It was me. ¿Cómo? Maya? Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? No, I do not. Lothar, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lothar, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol? You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense outburst. Answer me, Lothar. What's the big idea, treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear it, I saw Edgeworth. Enough, Judge. Declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of the court and must leave. No. Wait! I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. Madre mía. What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix? Wrong. What? Did you hear what Mrs. Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony and I have a right to cross-examine her again. Boom. Get advocado, eh? Get advocado, no, abogado. Get abogado. Order. You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. No. I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. What? Mrs. Lothar has made a new testimony. The defense does not have a right to cross. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. But he's in contempt of court. No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me. Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately. Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya. Qué nervios, pensaba que ella moría. I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in here, or else... Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. The last statement. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. That's it? What do I do if I can't find anything in that? But I can squander Maya's efforts either. Vale, voy a guardar rápidamente por si acaso. Creo que ya sé lo que es. Vale, pero yo lo voy a enseñar igual. Presento. Objection. Mira. Got you. Got you, Mrs. Hart. Finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Mrs. Hart. So... This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the vault. Yet you claimed you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? Pillada, pero que flipas, Pero que flipas. Mr. Wright has a point. Objection. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please. Yet, now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Mrs. Hart? What? Could you see the defendant that night? Oh, of course, I said I could, and I meant it, I could. Then please testify as to the circumstance you're citing. I did it! I finally found a hole in Von Karma's careful back testimony. Venga, va. Yeah, right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grey. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back into the car. I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out in the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem. You use binoculars. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. This one better be good. Vale, voy a volver a guardar por si acaso, que me fío -3 de mí mismo. Y esta gente me da mucho miedo. Que no sé si me van a hacer con las oportunidades que tengo normalmente, o si va a ser peor. Yeah, it was cold as night and mist was fixed screens. So, how could you see Edgeworth? Now, just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee types never find a gun from... Defense attorneys have trouble with that as it is. Nobody loves me. Vale, a ver. Your camera? Yeah, it's got an automatic. The issue we're concerned with here is Mrs. Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all. Objection sustained. He's not letting her answer any of my questions. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. ¿Qué binoculars? Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? I've got doubts about your camera too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? Creo que está buscando a Gordy en vez de lo otro. The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain? Mr. Wright. Is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with the line of questioning. But know this, if you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? Yes. Just make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case, therefore I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. Very well. Mrs. Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear ya. The camera was set up to take picture of a meteor shower. Mrs. Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing. Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight, huh? Mr. Wright, I would not have you badgering my witness or challenge intent. Now, wait a minute. Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you saw Edgeworth. No necessary comments, please. Dios. When I heard that noise out of the lake, I looked with my binoculars. If there was a heavy fog, how would binoculars change that at all? What do you mean? Even binoculars can't see through fog? But you saw clear. You say you clearly saw him? I did, yeah. Enough! There is no room for doubt in her testimony. She sounded pretty doubtful to me. But I have to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many Von Karma objections I get. I'm going to find a hole in this testimony if it's the last thing I do. Vale, pues ya hemos presionado en todo. Vamos a ver qué puedo meterla. Fired 3 times. No hay un bang, hay 3 bangs. Qué mal, qué mal, qué mal, qué mal, qué mal, qué mal. Bueno, loud noises dead, not meteors. Vale, vale, vale. Esta es la buena, esta es la buena. You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie. It says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars. Mrs. Hart? Woo! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Joanna. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? Show evidence. Ahora sí. Ahora sí. Yo ya sabía qué tenía que hacer, pero no sabía cómo hilarlo. Ahora con esto ya va bien. This is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? At the sighting of Gordy Lake. Well, Mrs. Hart, I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof for something? Let's see you proof. I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I have it. Proof. Intriguing. Very well, let's see. And no joking around this time, please. What proof the witness was trying to photograph it? ¿Esta? Here's my proof. It's simple. Go home. Consider career change. Ay. ¿Esta? The proof, Mr. Hart, is your own camera. Jefe, digo, no sé si es lo más evidente o no. In response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here was taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Esto ya no lo sabía yo, ¿no? ¿O sí? You were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises. Order, order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Mrs. Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! But as she is so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this, Mrs. Hart. Why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please write your testimony. Right, fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. Lotta's new testimony. Venga, va. Este es el último, creo, ¿eh? Actually, I'm not a research student at university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out of the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry. Aquí hay algo que me falla, hay que presionarla. The witness testimony isn't changed from before. Whether she's a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. Objection! Por favor, eh? I claim the defendant right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. When Carmen's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... Why? Was there a contradiction? Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind. Ha! That would be a first. Very funny. You understand that this is your last chance at the cross-examination, Mr. Wright? If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time. Mr. Wright, understood? Yes, Your Honor. Lo primero de todo, vamos a volver a guardar partida porque no quiero hacer otro game over. Vale, pero Shiloh, estás guardando partida muy frecuentemente. Yo, ya. Pero es que me fío -3 de todo esto. Actually, I'm not research. I'm study, I'm an investigator. A ver, vamos a la parte interesante. Nos saltamos eso que me da igual. Exactly, what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure. But it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper than a sound that I would have expected. Well, much else to do. There wasn't much else to look at. Yeah. I don't know, if she heard the bang and she thought Gordy was out there, I kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at the boat. What? What did I do now? What are you giving me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence. Witness, continue. Hold your hush, puppies. Pops, I'm getting there. Then I saw a flash. Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at the time? Hmm? Wait, so you're thinking maybe he was shot from some other place? I don't think so, nope. The lake was smooth as glass and nobody was on the shore, neither. I better find some sort of condition in this testimony. I won't be able to beat Bon Karma any other way. There has to be something. A lo mejor me da alguna pista. Then what manner of person are you? I'm not sure. I'm highfalutin enough to be called a manner or of anything. A ver, es investigadora. An investigative photographer. Yep. You get your photo and sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year. And guess what? What? There was a UFO just hanging in the sky. A UFO? You know, an unidentified flying object, a UFO? That's when I had sort of revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. Kind of shaky basis for a career. Is Gordy really all that newsworthy? Heck yeah, they even had him up on the TV. I'm not sure that appearing on the local news rumor of the month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe. Hey, they also had a picture of him in the newspaper for real, Mr. Wright. This one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we? Yes, Your Honor. That's why I was camping out by the lake. That's why you put the automatic sensor on your camera. Yep, borrowed it from a university professor. It analyzes every sound it picks up. When it gets a bang, it snaps a shot. Yep. So how many pictures has it taken so far? The only time the camera triggered was that night. You told us some why you felt like you had decided your true purpose at the lake. Heck, if word got out what I was up to, the lake would be swarming with competitors. Competitors? Yeah, second-rate shotbirds trying to steal my scoop. Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth? Well, actually, Mr. Wright, I'll not have you asking questions with no relevance to this case. Whatever you say, Von Karma, I know you told her to keep quiet. Voy a probarla, ¿eh? A ver si sale. No. Is this hard? Are you really looking at that boat? Eso es lo que quería decir, pero no sabía cómo meterle la contradicción. Well, what's with you? Of course I was looking at it. I was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree, any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? You'll want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Ah! Joder. Pillada, Pillada, pilladísima. Order continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well? Well, now that you'll mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all. Mrs. Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then? So sorry, y'all. I wasn't fiving, really. I thought, you know, I could be witness to a murder and all. I kinda got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat till now. This is totally uncalled for. But hey, you got the photograph, you got proof. Still, we can't see who is shooting and who in this. Right. That's why I took this photo and... Objection. Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day, shut your pie hole. Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it, but you really can't tell from the photo who is shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it will drop the quality a mite, but should let us who's who. She said she enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it will mean prison for Edgeworth. Or worse. What should I do? Guardar partida. No, en serio, es que me queda un try solo. Make her show the enlargement. Mrs. Ha, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why was that enlargement not being presented to the court? Objection. Because it does not exist. What you're talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Mrs. Hart? Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. We still cannot see who is firing in this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Vamos. Se ve la mano izquierda. Happy now, Mr. Wright? There has to be something. La mano es la izquierda, no la derecha. You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. And little good it has done, any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. No. I'd like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lothar, como se llame, and none too soon. That was a fagler waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to clear my verdict. Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. A little clue in this photo somewhere. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? Object to the show other evidence. Wait, Your Honor, this evidence. I believe we have spent enough time talking about evidence. Indeed. We heard opinions on every piece of evidence, but this enlargement, I see no point in retracting our step. This is bad, real bad. I object to the enlargement. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement, but era así para mostrarlo. ¿Cómo? Dice el juez. Mr. Wright, all or nothing, ¿eh? Pero me da igual, no me hace falta guardar. A la primera. Here, Your Honor, the shooter. I'm sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does not That's what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that contradicts it. Boom! The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding the pistol in his left hand. However, the prints of the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth! ¿Te ha quedado claro o qué? Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this is left with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? Larry? Escúchame, no me la puedo jugar ahora, the victim himself? Larry? Wait, I can't do that. Sacrifice one friend to save another? What's the point? Well, Mr. Wright, your answer. Era para hacer la broma, no es Larry, bro. Larry a lo mejor es el asesino. The victim himself. There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Order, order! So you're saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. Objection. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright, but suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wounds reveals the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's free. There is no way it could have been suicide. Tampoco podría ser Edgeworth en esa foto. Order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course, I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Shot from approximately 1 meter away. I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints of the gun revealed that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. Wow, menos mal. 54 minutos llevo aquí dándole caña a este tribunal, eh. The court ordered the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all. This court is adjourned. Woo!
December 26, 1:15 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
Woo! That was a close one. Hey! Don't you have anything to say? No, I have yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya. Huh? Right. What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with thanks, Edgeworth?
A ver, Edgeworth tiene muchas cosas, pero a ver, es lo que tiene.
I requisitioned the transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, you didn't see the shooter. So the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. I heard 2 sounds like gunshots just after midnight. Se dispararon 3 con la pistola. Sigo pensando que la pistola tiene algo entre manos que no me termina de convencer, ¿eh? Esto de los tiros no me convence. En fin, muchas gracias por ver el episodio. Espero que os haya gustado, que lo hayáis disfrutado. Y nos vemos en la próxima con más y mejor. Hasta la próxima. Adiós.